Hot bear. Come on, Truba, come on. There we go. Hello, Hippocat.
Hello.
So, what was that guitar sound
Nothing.
there? Okay, then. So, for some reason I just felt like streaming this, as I had mentioned, considering for a while. And specifically I was prompted by finding my actual manual from where I physically own this game. So this manual has like the tips how to use the different baits correctly, but I will describe it and read from it as it goes, because there's amusing stuff there. Well, actually there is only one amusing thing. There is a rubber jig lure, and it says a sink lure with a skirt covering a lead head and hook with a piece of rubber trailing behind, vibrating invitingly. So yeah, that's apparently what fish are into. Yeah. Okay, so before it goes into like demo mode or anything like that, or just resets on its own, because of course, let's go. So I played this game a lot as a kid, and whoa, shit, everything is gone. Oh, it might be a different like location for. Yay, I know, this is the dam. And he just threw behind the things which you are not meant to throw behind, because he's an idiot. But yeah, this was perhaps one of my favorite games on the SNES, alongside Yoshi's Island, Donkey Kong Country 3, and Doom, and maybe something else that I'm forgetting right now. But some minor things, because I didn't have Zelda or Metroid on a physical console back in the day, so they don't really hold the same nostalgic value. But this, just like, you know, I think Donkey Kong Country 3 and this kind of helped me discover my love for nature. And something about like the SNES depictions, like the really weird tile-based depictions of nature and these like low-color photographs used occasionally, just really rubs me the right way, so that's just where I come from. So my name is going to be Mr. Antroid, and funnily enough, that's exactly how many letters you are allowed. Mr. Antroid. I don't know why they give us this whole large window with a log, I guess, background, where they only give us, what, 8 symbols to use in a name. Could have at least centered it.
That there is a separate symbol.
Yeah. There's... Oh no. For some reason, I guess I didn't use Android back in there, because I remember using Mr. Something Jr., but I guess it doesn't really fit now. Huh, oh well. End it all, before we even started. This sounds like Street Fighter music, but alright. Official rules, we don't really care. I know all these rules, I'm not gonna read them because they're not really interesting. I'm gonna go into this as they become relevant. How do I? Okay, just apparently start and stuff. So I have the manual, and I kinda almost want to connect my webcam to just show parts of the manual, because there's actual like drawings of the lakes and the fish and stuff like that, which is cool. But I might do that before, if I have a second stream of this ever. I did label this Super Black Bass 01, just in case I have more than 9 streams of this, which I doubt, but you know, this game can take a long time. So yeah, maybe I'll do that next time. So yeah, we have 4 lakes that we have to go through and win in. Again, I will detail the rules a bit as we go. The first step to becoming a pro bass angler. Your goal is to finish in the top 3 and advance to the amateur championship, local amateur tournament. This is okay. Skywater, and let me read out a short blurb of text about this lake from the manual. A small, shallow mountain lake. The bottom is extremely rocky from previous volcanic eruptions. Vegetation is dense with an abundance of weeds and reeds. Most of the good fishing points are sporadically located. So yeah, this is like a tutorial lake with only really shitty small bass. You can see the projected weight there. And it's good that it's sunny, and it's good the wind is not like overwhelmingly down, because for some reason, no matter how you point your boat, I guess it doesn't make sense until you see the process here, but basically this is the screen during which you travel around the lake. There's your fish finder there, which just showed me 2 small fish, I guess, and you stop and you enter the screen in which you actually throw the lure or whatnot. I have
Aren't you gonna scare away all the fish with your loud boat?
Actually, fish don't give a shit unless I actually like catch one and then it goes off the hook or something like that. Something weird happens, they all disappear and go to other places. And you know what, funnily enough, as a kid when I was playing this I thought it was way more strict. It actually is way more lenient than I gave it credit for. But basically, no matter how you orient your boat, it all depends, like the background and stuff depends on where you are, just general type of location you are at. And he always seems to cast his line, I guess, north, because when the wind, you can see the wind direction. Actually, here you cannot see the wind direction, but on this window you can see the wind direction. It says, like, super left. It's super left. And if the wind is down, you are very limited in how far you can throw, because it's gonna just blow your lure back to you. And in several locations, the fish are just at the very top of the available location. You just cannot throw far enough for that. So it's good that the wind is not downwards, not southbound or whatever. So we have our fishing point data, open water, blah blah blah. Early morning, bass are in shallow areas because I guess it's still kind of cold or something. Avoid warm water areas. And this, I always like this, because you go to different locations, such as this little place here, and you open this window and you get different... Oh no, wait a second. Is this... does this... Maybe this doesn't. Maybe the... one of these locations has... should have different... There we go, reeds. And bass may be feeding near the reeds. On hot days, cast for bass among the reeds. It's weird that this little blotch of green doesn't do anything, because I'm pretty sure this should do something else. Weed bed, yeah, fish facts. The weed can easily snag your lure. That is true, you can lose your lures. Bass like to feed in the shady weeds. You know what, let's just start here. My fish finder seems to point towards at least several small fish, it's as good as anything. But before
Do we
that...
have to earn money and buy shit?
What? No. We have no money, nothing. We just kinda fish, catch fish over and over and over and over until the time runs out or we decide to end it all. And
But if you lose your lures and shit, how do you get them back?
well, you just go, you have to end this competition, and if you win, you go to the next competition and you get all your lures back. Basically, that's just, you know, and I guess it's kind of like lives. And if you lose anyway, so it doesn't. Basically, they reset every time you start anything. So this is our fish, and there's other kinds of fish. So there's 5 types of fish in this game. Only the ones that matter are bass. The other ones are completely pointless. I don't even know if they help you level up. That's our data. This is already someone called 8LBs. I don't... Actually, I guess this might not be like... Since it's one lake, I kinda doubt we're all sharing the same lake at the same day. So it must be like... Maybe like something... You know, it does say top 10 update. I don't know how it's supposed to be structured, but it feels like maybe they fish on different days or something. And we can remove that to open this larger if we want. So let's go. Now, back in the day, you can pick up the different lures, by the way, by as soon as I remember the button. I guess X will be that. Yes. So there's 8 types of lures for each and 3 colors for each. And I don't actually remember. The 3 colors have to do... There's optimal colors for different kinds of weather. And I believe like the red ones are for the dimmest, darkest weather. The purple ones are for just general overcast. And I guess black ones are for the sunny weather. So there's all this shit. First 4 lures are meant to be staying on the surface. These 4 are meant to be actually sinking. But the only lure... Well, I guess there's 2 good ones. But the only lure I ever use is this one. And it is called, let me open, it is called a crankbait. And actually, I'm just reading the manual, I have been actually using it incorrectly, but who cares? So I'm gonna pick this one, and until I run out of them, I'm not gonna pick another one. And
Do you have jailbait?
What?
Jailbait.
No, unfortunately I only have pencil bait, popper, swisher, frog, spinner bait, crankbait, rubber jig, and plastic worm. So it's something for a lot of people, but not for everyone. Also, basic rule, in every type of location like this, they are kind of like preset. So, weed bed or whatever this is pretty much always going to be this laid out like this. And there's, from what I've noticed, around 3 maybe types of further areas you can cast, depending on like which side you cast in. So, to demonstrate, I'm going to cast here. This is our like strength. There we go, it's flying, we can kind of direct it left and right. I'm going to compensate for the wind for some reason. And that sound, the manual recommends doing something that is called thumping the line. just before it's hitting the water, and then it makes less sound or something. And apparently it like makes fish more likely to bite? I don't know what's the terminology. So there's bass, and I don't know if we can afford to be picky at this point, because you know we only keep 5 bass. We cannot keep more, so we have to keep the 5 heaviest bass we can possibly catch, and that's done automatically, of course. We just discard all the smaller ones. And if we keep fishing, it will keep leveling us up. So there's like, if you don't see a lunker, which is, I guess, that's probably how you read it, but that's like the largest fish that usually kinda rests on the bottom. Man, I can snag my bait here easily and lose it, but I'm gonna brave it anyway. Just looking, I guess since my fish finder showed me small fish, maybe there won't even be. So that's one point I don't know how it works, the fish finder. I always felt as a kid that it kinda limited you and the available fish. Okay, that one... Oh, that's not even a bass. Fuck that. That's bluegill or something. Let me see if I can get snagged by something else. No? Well, it's too close to the boat, I guess, for that. This might be a bad first area to try to fish. But what was I even talking about? I don't remember. What was I talking about? Whatever. Must not have been important. So yeah, basically we catch fish over and over and level up. And our 2 stats that raise... Man, I don't know why it's lagging a little bit, but I guess can't really perfectly emulate stuff. The 2 stats that raise with our level are strength, which when we actually get a fish, it will become apparent how that is important. And technique, which I guess... Well, all the fish is close to my boat. This is terrible. We are not gonna catch anything here for now. Let's go to a different location. I know there's like 2 main locations in this area, which always yield good results, so I'm just gonna go to one of them. So yeah, technique is pretty much just how likely fish are to grab, because like apparently additional to what I am doing manually, there's some element of like player skill. This is a waterway. Bait fish, I don't know what bait fish is, might gather near the waterway. I guess bait fish is just small fishes that like bass eat. Yeah, like to feed near fast currents. So this is like, back in the day I would just cycle between 2 places on this lake indefinitely and just fish that way. But I didn't really know a lot about how this game worked. I just for some reason didn't try a lot of things. And yeah, I remember what I was talking about previously about the fish finder. So I thought that maybe if the fish finder shows you have small fish, because it has 2 possible results. 2 small fishes or 1 big fish there. And I always thought that if it showed you 2 small fish, it may be guaranteed that if you cast there, you will not get actual big fish there. So when I would get my... Well, this is just emptiness. When I would get... Oh, sorry for the fast forward there, but I guess it's force of habit at this point. Let's cast somewhere with actual features. So when I would basically get any result on the fish finder, I would actually move around until it went off the screen. And then I would come back and try to cast without any results on the fish finder. I still don't know how that exactly works, but I'm gonna try to follow what worked back in the day. Okay, so I have a feeling that black color for this... The fish are racist. The black color for the bait isn't actually working out. Let me try purple. I might have remembered wrong about what colors to use for what weather, but usually I always just fish with red default colors and it worked out. It wasn't never the case that fish just ignored me and my red lures, even if it was very sunny and bright. Okay, what fish is this? You can probably see the shadow there, and now there's like this murkiness in the water. That means the fish is awake. And oh, that's the rainbow trout. Fuck that. Maybe this one can be enticed. For the rainbow trout catches me, because that fucker I'm not interested in that. Let me recast so I can get the attention of the actual bass. There's also a different way to cast, which is like sideways. I have no idea what that does. The manual says it gives you more precision, but who cares about precision? Okay, so there's one bass just kind of swimming around somewhere in here, and maybe I can get its attention. Oh, there's 2 of them now. Let's see. Are you gonna be lured? Yes, okay. Finally. So arrows, you can see top arrow fish strength. Oh shit. Bottom arrow my strength. The color changes as we get exhausted. The little line there is tension on the line, so when that reaches the full right side, the line snaps and we lose the lure and the fish. And when the fish jumps like that, that's when you get to let go completely, because if you don't let go in time... Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. Ooh, you see how quickly the line goes up when the fish jumps like that? That's basically testing your reaction time. And fish can do other motions while on the line, and sometimes it can result in it getting off and swimming away, and it's a runt. Yes, well, I mean, it's a first. And that is always kind of disheartening, because when you catch one fish, or just get it on your hook, all the other fish disappear from the area, so you have to recast. I'm not sure if there will be other fish. Back in the day, I used to believe that, like, they would be gone forever from this area. Well, not forever, but for a while from this area. But we might have some luck with another fish in the same place. That must be the same rainbow.
There's plenty more fish in the lake Antroid.
Yeah, same rainbow trial. There's, like, the second fish that was near that guy. So I usually use this lure like this, side to side for some reason. And it works, you can see. I guess he didn't really. I didn't... What's it called when you... Oh, there's another one. What's it called when you, like, set the hook or something? Ah, and I keep failing at it. Come on, come on, come on. The manual says to do this, but I always did left to right and it worked better. I guess maybe I'm too close to the boat now, or what? Come on, eat me, eat me. Ah, they don't want to eat. Wow, that guy was an idiot because he bit like 5 foot from my boat, and then he had the strength to go back. When they do this, there's nothing you can do. And sometimes, this game is not like super polished. Sometimes, occasionally, the fish can just... Because when they move, they kind of got no clip. And they can put you, like, inside the rock. And in that position, when you try to move, it can count like as you're inside solid object, you cannot move in any direction. And sometimes the fish just gets completely stuck to the side of the screen or something. That happens very rarely, but sometimes it does. Thankfully, you got a key combination to kind of snap the line and give up in case that happens. Also, the fish in this first lake are very weak. You can see it's already tiring itself out very much. Later on, like large fish in the third lake, for example, first of all, when they jump, it's fucking scary because like it's quarter of the screen size fish jumping at you. And second of all, like reeling one in, this whole procedure here can take like fucking 10 minutes straight of just back and forth, back and forth. And it's like Dark Souls boss style satisfying when you actually do that. But it can be very tedious. Ah, there's our level. And I believe it's just amount of, like, number of fishes caught. I read somewhere, and maybe it's like the level you will get is the number of fish. So now I catch 3 more fish, I should level up again. Let's leave this area and go somewhere else. But basically, yeah, levels will be used for later as well, so we just gotta keep casting and casting and fishing and fishing. Open water. Okay, this looks, according to my fish finder, there was a fish, but I'm gonna ignore that. And this looks pretty shallow. I never used to think you can catch anything in open water style areas, but it's actually very possible. And even in like complete empty void type of locations, there can be occasionally a fish. So this looks like it'll have features because it has features on the medium screen. There might be some depth. Yeah, there we go. So anywhere there is actual features, it pretty much always... Okay, that's not gonna be a boss, is it? It's gonna be one of them bluegills. Yeah, fuck that guy. Anywhere there are features... Okay, I'm gonna just reel in real quick, and then I'm gonna recast and keep to the left and try to catch that one. That should work. So yeah, anywhere there is features, unless the fish have explicitly, like, due to your actions, fled the area. Oh man, I was afraid I would cast like into this rock, because this is a wall, and it is quite possible to cast a bit too far sometimes. No clip into a solid wall as well. Okay, this one seems maybe bigger a little bit. I'm not gonna say no to any type of fish. What? Come on. Or are you gonna be afraid now? Oh shit, bluegill is catching up. Fuck you! Alright. So this is pretty much the whole game. Though it is fun to just, you know, the basic fun of fishing is having this large space available for you, and that you cannot really see through that well, because, I mean, You can't really see underwater in real life that far. This game is actually lets you see much better than I understand normally you see, especially considering you have an overhead camera instead of like from the boat. But still, like, it is replacing this game by having to go like through stages of exploration. Basically, you traverse the large map, then you go zoom one level in, then you throw your, and there is zoom one more level in. That's kind of the catch, I guess. Man, I keep catching runs, but at least it's something, and levels. And it's just, you know, the basic fun of having this environment that you can navigate. And well, I mean, the word fishing works for the process in the like the second meaning of the word as well. Just like looking for things that might be hidden under the surface, which is pretty like exactly literally what we're doing. But also works if you try to listen to it as a metaphor, I guess. Maybe it's all based on fishing.
I actually remember going fishing as a kid, IRL, and it wasn't fun, and I hated it.
I never actually did go fishing that much. I only was on a couple trips. I don't remember. Like one time, my dad took me to a lake/pond. Okay, there's not gonna be any fishing here. Oh shit, there is a fisher. Oh, there might be fishing here. Let's throw another one and keep right. We didn't last very long because it was apparently like a not private but owned by some company or other, and we weren't actually allowed to fish there, so we were kind of evicted from the premises. And other than that, we just I really liked back in the day. I really liked just having trips on a small dinghy boat, you know, inflatable rubber thing. Around the water keep that we have near our summer home. Oh, fish, come on. Come on. I guess it's too close to the boat again, maybe. Or come. I kind of want to find a lunker. Usually I don't have so much problems with that. Ah, well, whatever. And we didn't really fish from it, but it's just like being on the water and like seeing the shores from afar and all that. I really love that aspect of it. And I wouldn't mind, I imagine I wouldn't mind just sitting there waiting for something to happen. Strictly. Weeds. Yes. The weeds supply oxygen and food to bass. Weeds are a great feeding place for bass. Let's try here. And I imagine if I tried actually proper fishing from the boat, I would have liked it, but you know. I don't know, I'm just a big fan of nature. And a slightly smaller fan of, I guess, bodies of water and going in a boat. And this is like a relaxing type. Just actually, when you are fighting the fish, it's not relaxing at all. But overall, it's not the kind of game where you're just like solving puzzles or there's like heavy action or anything like that. You're just mostly like meditative. Enjoying the ideas of the scenery. Oh shit! Oh, fuck you, large guy. No, that guy is gonna just overtake the whole thing. Not ideal. So you know, like even these like simplistic ass, really repetitive trees in the background, and you know, I look at it and I kind of see like a landscape that it was probably meant to represent. And I've always liked that style of like depiction of natural environments where it's just kind of a suggestion more than an actual depiction, but you know how I get with like Doom style graphics and all that. I've always talked about this. Okay, come on, you gotta have motivation, fish. Just catch up to me. I am a wounded little fish doing God knows what, just eat me. Okay, there we go. Oh, and it's already doing the wiggle thing. Okay, it didn't actually lose him. Oh shit, it's another type of wiggle thing. Might lose him here. I have no idea how to, like, if there is any action I can take during those to make sure I don't lose the fish. I used to think that like moving sporadically might keep the hook in, but sometimes it just doesn't work. I guess maybe it's just an element of randomness. And fair enough. When you level up your technique, I think it also levels up your ability to keep the fish on the hook somehow. So it's an RPG as well. It's a fishing RPG with 2 stats. Yeah, another shitty small fish. Okay, I'm gonna go past a couple really shallow places. Yeah, it just says catch more bass the way you caught this one. Now what, let's try red as well. Might be more alluring. So there might be something. I think when it's hotter midday, we gotta move to the deeper areas, like these trenches or whatever you call them. But I'm gonna fish. I'm just gonna quickly cast around these rocks, because I think if we look at the fish finder, this is pretty shallow. Maybe not quite as shallow as I... Actually, you know what? I used to cast right here on the tip of this whatever peninsula thing. Let's see. It's the same kind of location as we've already seen. Oh well, let's see. But after this I'm gonna go to the dam thing on the southeast of this map, where it's the second after the waterway in the northwest. It's one of the two main places in the lake where you catch the best fish, in my experience. But it's... I don't know, it's just fun to see if you can find anything in any of these places, because it's just the right amount of likely for it to be interesting, in my opinion. But yeah, this is of course not something I'm gonna like regularly stream for 4 hours at a time or anything like that. I just felt like playing this game, and since I had earlier thought about streaming it, it's like, why not? Maybe... well, I broke my butt on that freaking rock thing. Maybe someone will want to try this game out. If you do though, I suggest playing maybe... I don't know, we didn't do SNES 9X just because I couldn't actually control the volume for some reason. Not even volume mixer did anything. But that seems to be like the least glitchy. I don't know, it probably doesn't even have that weird like row on the very top that is discolored because the water isn't there, which I don't recall happening on an actual console. So here is the spillway, actually not a dam, spillway. Fish facts. Many bait fish gather near the spillway. At midday, bass seek deeper waters. Oh shit, it's already midday, what? No, it's not midday, come on, it cannot be midday. It's only 8:38. So our fishing time is until 4:30, and if we are late we can be disqualified. So I've never took actually until that time. Usually I don't have the patience to like keep fishing for small fish to level up. So usually I just get 5 fish that the preliminary weight in says they're heavy enough, and I just go in. And when I play on an emulator, I usually just do a save state, and I go in and away, and if I don't win, I load and catch more fish. Okay, I don't know if there was a lunker anywhere here on the bottom, but let's just go. More easy fish, never a bad idea. And there might be another one in the same location anyway. But yeah, I never... maybe that's why the later lakes were more difficult for me than they should be, because I wasn't leveled enough. And this is an interesting, like, irregular structure to this game, because the first 2 lakes are kind of the same. You need to come into the top 3. The third lake is really weird, because you actually have 3 parts of it, 3 days. And basically it's like 3 smaller lakes, all very similar places and all that. And you need to come in the top 10 for some reason. And then there's the 4th lake, where I legit, I will say right away, from somewhere I had passwords, I don't know, maybe they were on the box. Somehow I was able to instantly skip toward, or maybe there was a password to the 3rd lake and I just won the 3rd lake easily or something, I don't remember. Basically in the 4th lake, when I tried that, I could never catch a single fish in there. There was just straight up no fish anywhere in that lake, so I have no idea what that was about. Also, I think I just got the 5th bass, and I got level 3, so that kind of checks out the theory that now I need to catch 4 more bass to get level 4, and that kind of reminds me of Might Magic, in a way. Okay, let's try the opposite side of this area. I want to fish for a lunker, because it's about time I found one. It's always satisfying, because you see that little shadow, which you can barely see, and when you move around it, it splashes about, and you have these like murky water bubbling graphics that are also kind of challenging to see. Oh shit, there's a large thing. That is probably not a bass. There is not bass this big in this lake. It's probably one of those rainbow trouts. Or, yeah, but you could see the murky clouds there. And when it's an actual bass, it's really cool to get its attention and then you battle it for 10 minutes and then you lose it. And that's how this game goes. It's kind of like XCOM, I guess. You get used to losing. Okay, what's this place? Weeds. Let's try more weeds, I guess. I'm gonna travel around, because fish move, and I guess they don't all disappear when you even catch... Oh shit, that's... Also, this is a weird thing, like you can place a spot and it will tell you how much strength you need to use to hit there. I don't know why you would ever need this level of precision. Because like horizontally it doesn't really matter where you go, apart from like general left or right. Or the center, I guess. I'm not sure how it precisely works, but... Okay. Surely there will be... And like this shape that I'm swimming to right here, this like ingrained in my brain, because I remember this from every time I played this game, start with this like... And eventually I would go into the weeds, and that thing would always be there. Oh shit, there is like a log in here or something. Huh. Also interesting, this is like slightly 3D, because you can see I cannot pass it right now, but that's because I'm actually at the bottom. If I allow myself to rise a little bit, I can get over this. But in doing so, I kind of missed on the fish that was actually kind of looking for me in there. But there's this fish, I don't know what it... Oh shit, it's a bus! And that's a really big one too, that's cool. I feel like, yeah, it's the next stage, you can see the graphics are different when it's jumping. It's the next stage, next size of bus, and I actually caught it really close to the boat, so that was nice. I kinda want to try the worm. I read an FAQ on GameFAQs. Your bus is pretty big for this lake, there we go. And it said the worm is kinda useless, kinda like a novelty gimmick bait, and I don't know, between the worm and this crankbait that I'm using right now, the only two I've ever found useful for like 3 lakes. I don't know, maybe something is different in the 4th lake.
Have you used clickbait? I heard it works pretty well nowadays.
Well, I mean, maybe in the sequels there's clickbait. Unfortunately, the closest to clickbait in this one would be, I guess... Well, I mean, crankbait is the closest. Pencil bait and spinner bait. None of those sound particularly effective in the marketing department. I guess rubber jig is also like a name that people would click. Maybe. Popper swisher frog. Plastic worm. I don't know. If I knew how to get people's attention, I would have way more views. Okay, this should be a shallow place. I can only sink 10 feet deep. But there is no fish. Oh, there's logs in here. This must mean there will be fish, because fishers mean pre-programmed fish. This does look like a bass silhouette. Yeah, it's pink, but maybe I can evade it. Purposefully not actually snag the lure or whatever it's called when you actually like get the fish on the hook. Or they will just kind of fuck off. Okay, well, sure. Let me actually... There is a... In the manual here. There is... mentioning of that action. I kind of want to see how it's actually named so I can keep using it. Setting the hook. It's called setting the hook apparently. Alright. Makes sense, I guess. You set the hook inside the fish's mouth. Man, that little sound like beep, beep thing that played there. For some reason that... I remember that used to play way more, and it's just... Even though I don't even know what that is, probably a bird of some kind or something. But it's just like part of the combined nostalgia factor for this game. Just this water, like, what would you call, like swooshing, splash, not splashing really, but like the water sound, the boo, boo, and just the general graphics and all that. Just, I don't know. I guess it's one of those things you really gotta get in your impressionable years to really have an affinity towards. Okay, let me see. Maybe for once I'll catch something in the dock. This never works, but why not try? Dock. Sometimes lunkers move under the dock. The biggest something about this dock is... Can I even... Ah, there it is. Oh, it's... Actually looks kind of not as I remember. Maybe this dock in the second lake is different. Let's see. From my memory of the dock areas, for some reason the fish are always slightly farther than I can throw. So I can never actually attract any fish. I will throw and I will see like a fish above, which is forever out of my reach. Guess it might not be the case here, but these are all shit small fish. Kinda want more lunkers. Oh, there is something promising. Hopefully it's not a pink piece of shit. Rainbow trout. Come on. Be a boss. Be a boss. Yes! Cool. This looks like a big boss. Super big black boss. Come on. Fucker. Alright, well, at least I know it's there. Let me see if the worm works. Because why not? I don't know why purple or black worm would ever work, but whatever. And let's do like I'm holding L or R alternatively, and I'm doing that. You can see the limit on my strength bar there. And when you throw like this, somehow it says it gives you more precision. I don't know how, but as you can see, he swings it kind of sideways. Okay.
Oh, someone just disliked your stream.
Wow.
Shame on you, sir. Shame on you.
Someone doesn't like fishing, I guess. Maybe it's because it's not Zelda. So with the worm, from what I remember, you kind of got to land like in front of the face of the fish and just do this like wiggling thing. Maybe it won't work, I don't know. I remember being able to catch things. And in the manual actually said, sworn to be all-around best artificial lure. Lure? But I guess it's just not working. Jiggle like it by tapping control pad down. Well, okay. Worm doesn't work. I guess maybe lunkers are more picky about the stuff they go for. Come on. Come on. There we go, okay. So I'm gonna try different things. I don't think I've ever successfully used the surface bait, one of the first 4, so I'm not even gonna try. And just see, yeah, this works immediately. Just swim by the fish and he immediately goes to dust cloud mode and follows you. But then you've got to take it slow so you don't get too close to your boat. There we go, there we go. But if you take it too slow, it won't be realistic looking fish movement, or like bait fish. So the fish will lose interest. Oh shit, don't go off my... no. No. Shit. Fucking piece of shit crap. Okay, that was disheartening. Especially since when you actually lose a fish that way, they kind of flee because they are scared. Because they have been on your hook and they know it's trouble. I guess. Not sure what this is, but whatever, let's fish in here. Maybe it's a spot. So yeah, the game can just kind of throw an RNG your way. I wonder if there are speedruns of this game anywhere. This would be an amusing...
Probably there are speedruns of every game.
Yeah, that's true. But it's probably one of those games that there's just one speedrun by some uber fan. Which is probably like super unoptimized. Okay, be a bass, be a bass. Please be a bass. It immediately found the lunker, but it could not... I mean, it could be not a bass. Ah! Come on! Hopefully it will not knock-lip me into a rock. That would be quite... Oh shit! I wonder if... I guess my YouTube actually shows it alright, but I wonder if maybe there's like something about the pixelization and just the general noisy graphics here that maybe it looks better on YouTube, I don't know. With my crazy bitrate it should be fine. Also my OBS window completely obscures the like, dislike and all that, so I don't actually see any of that. Oh.
There are 2 runs on speedrun.com.
Shit.
And the top time is 1 hour, 38 minutes, 56 seconds. From 2 years ago.
Well, that might take me that much to just get past the first lake. Then go. I'm actually kind of interested in looking at those speedruns. Also, there are sequels to this game, and for some, I've tried them. I don't remember. Some of them are on the Japanese language, so maybe that's why I didn't really. But for some reason, I don't like the future ones. They are, from my memory, they're like more cartoony in a way, and they don't have this element of just seeing the details of the area whilst you're swimming past it or something. It just wasn't attractive to me.
So like developing Depth Hunter was your dream job?
Well, you know what? If I had proper assets for the kind of environment that I would have wanted to make, because I don't care for like tropical coral reef style underwater stuff. But if I had assets for just like normal as this type of like Siberia / America / whatever underwater lake, or I don't actually know, like does anyone go scuba diving in lakes like this, or do they only do it like in the ocean? You know what, if there was a game about these kinds of environments and maybe like looking for lost stuff, like, you know how those people who like search the riverbeds for cool shit. I could see myself like meditating to that sort of game, like Euro Truck Simulator or Minecraft, the same kind of way. Okay, I remember this place. Might be fish in here. Oh, that's a bluegill. That's a fat one. That's definitely not a bass. Ah, shit. Yeah, you can see how actually it's pretty thin when it goes straight down, but it's really, really tall. So I guess it's not fair to call it fat. Also, fun fact, I don't have the wind for it right now, but it's kind of fun if you manage to land your lure on top of a solid thing like that rock. It kind of bounces comically several times, and if it does land in the water after several bounces, you lose it. It's possible to do that on the dock, but actually sometimes you don't lose it, but I'm not willing to actually risk it, because I mean I could lose like a shitty lure if I get to a dock sometime again to try it there. I mean, since last time at the dock I found the lunker, might check it again later. I just kind of eventually want to get to one of the later lakes with a giant fish and catch at least one giant fish on stream. Third lake would be fine, but to do that we got to get through all these two smaller lakes. I mean, the fish get gradually bigger. Also, these weights that you get here, I think they're just kind of like you're guessing the weight based on just like holding it in your hands, because the weights are wildly different when you actually go weigh them in the proper ceremony at the end, and it's always just because you can see. Oh yeah, we haven't been in reads, I think this is. So in the rankings, you can open the rankings where it says like update at this time. Come on, okay. And you see yourself in the first position. Part of it is because you can see yourself in the first position and think, oh, that's cool, and foolishly go and weigh in, and of course other people haven't gone to weigh in that early, so they have caught further fish after that, and they will have vastly more than you. But also the like some total weight of the fish that you expect to have based on your like stats that you get whilst you're swimming, they can be completely different from what you will actually get, because I guess our guy is just hopelessly optimistic about what he catches, because he always overestimates the total weight. Okay, let me try a different side, because that fish was shit. I wish more music play. I guess there's music when you're swimming, but I really like the menu theme, or the theme when you input your name, that like calm. Okay, please be a boss. I see something behind this reed, behind this stalk, whatever. I'm gonna... Oh yeah, it's a bus and it's coming my way. Come on. A school bus almost sounds like. I'm just like in Zelda. I fucking hell, small piece of shit. Okay then. I guess I'll catch the small one just for leveling up, but still. That was kind of a dick move. Just like in Zelda. In Ocarina of Time you had to catch the biggest fish, and all the small pieces of shit would get in the way constantly. If it isn't here, there is a point to catching the shitty fish. Or I can just let it go. Man, I've never seen Frozen. I cannot even do like the ironically sing Let It Go to the tune of Let It Go. I don't think I've seen any 3D movies after like WALL-E or that general time. Toy Story 3 maybe, whichever is last. Yeah. For some reason all the fish are above my capability. I think this is just, yeah, this is a repeat of the rightmost area, so let's go to a different place.
Have you tried Fishing Planet?
What's that?
That's some free fishing game that I think it was kind of popular recently.
Well, I mean, no, I haven't.
One of those freeware games that has like $1,000 worth of DLCs.
Well, no, I haven't, but there was some fish game that I knew about, like no, not Europe Fishing, Fishing something, probably not Planet. But it just looked, I don't know, in 3D I find it loses, because like they don't really care to make the environments as scenic as they could be, and that for me is a big part. Used to be a big part of racing games for me, but I kind of grew out of that mindset. But now, like, if I go in a fishing game, I expect the environments to look like super cool, super pretty, scenic and everything. Let's just reel it in. And every time I see a fishing game on Steam or something, it always looks like they just, you know, got some default trees and just randomly pasted them using like this brush tool that Unity and Unreal have, for just like paint trees on the landscape. Get a little bass! And it always looks like carelessly done. And I'm not into it. Like this, even though this looks really simple with really repeating trees, there's just like something about the fact that it's pixel art-ish makes it look like more care went into it. It's just, I don't know. I have yet to see a 3D game. I guess maybe... Oh shit, there was a lunker. I wonder, like, how does this work? So if I go back to where it dinged, will there be a lunker in here? Let's see. Because it doesn't reappear... Oh, this is a different layout, I think. It doesn't reappear on the fish finder. So that's kind of weird. I kind of wish someone somewhere figured out exactly how the fish finder works, because I feel like it could be a very good indicator. But because this is a game, and a SNES game doesn't really have the capacity to have complex logic and keep track of like actual fish things and just distribution in the full map, I kind of doubt it works honestly. Oh shit, there's some big thing. But what's the big thing? Oh, it's one of them rainbow. No, it's not rainbow, it's a bluegill. I'm just gonna quickly get this fish, okay. Probably gonna have like 2 lbs or pounds or whatever it's called. Ah, it says it's around, but apparently my arm thinks it's 5'7". Sometimes these numbers just don't make any sense. Apparently at some point I leveled 4, I didn't even notice when I leveled to level 4. Let's cast in here, and I am prepared to lose my lure, because this is one of those things. Sometimes just like throwing it, like it can get lost without even going to this last screen. It just lands and it says whoops. Or this can happen because immediately, oh, and there we go. I guess I kind of wiggled out of that. And for example, if I did the cut the line or whatever it's called, like A plus B, which does this. If you do that when you're slightly stuck, it will just cut the line and lose your lure. But it looked like there was fish on the lower part of that, so I'm gonna do this under the pretense that maybe it like raises my chances somehow. Let's see. Kinda wanna get at least one small fish out of this place before leaving for a different area. But they really like... I wish they made the fish place... Oh, I'm stuck. Oh, and I lost the lure. Okay, there we go. Your line was cut. You lost the lure. Replace your lure and cast again. That sound is like the sound of... I guess not really nightmares so much as just kind of general despair and disappointment. Okay, I guess I was traveling upwards, so let me... I mean, this is... What time is it? But we'll move to deeper water soon. Well, soon doesn't mean right now. Let's try here. There are some results on the fish finder. And it looks like a different layout again, which is a plus. Not sure why, but it is. You know what, let's go with the reds, because the reds, you know, history tells us reds always win. For this one first. Ugh. Part of me feels like the environments are more scenic when it's... Oh shit, this one is dense shit there where I will lose my lure for sure. This stuff is dangerous. I'm gonna try to avoid... And the worst part is boss is gonna be under some of this shit. So you gotta move through it if you want to get its attention, but maybe it's not really worth it. Okay, what are you? You're a boss. I'll take it. I said I'll take it. Fucking hell. Come on. I'm a taker, I'm gonna take it. Just... Come on. Come on. I guess it's too close to the boat again. This is always kind of annoying because you can see he's kind of considering you, but he will not bite because this is too close at this point. I could just catch them with my own freaking bare hands at that point, but oh well. Okay, this is risky as hell, and I'm gonna lose one of my most valuable lures here, but also this looks completely different. Your lure snag, cast again, there we go, exactly as I mentioned. But, oh shit, didn't mean to press that button. Actually, that didn't cost me a lure, from what I understand. Yes, I still have 4. So it's like it didn't go into the water properly, just landed on something, or I don't know. Sometimes it works in a weird way, because you can just land it on top of a wooden dock and it will get caught and lost. Or you can land it in the weeds and just be able to pull it out easily. Okay, there's something large in here. I'm gonna get its attention and move out because I want to see what color it is. Oh, it's a bass. It's a bass. There we go. Uh-huh. Hopefully I'll catch this one. When I tried like just playing this for myself, I guess earlier last year somewhere. I want to say earlier this year, but it occurs to me it's kind of the beginning of the year right now. So sometime last year I tried to just see if I cannot get through this game on my own. Ah, no, no, stop doing that shit. Come on. Well, I guess at least it didn't lose me the fish. So at some point I just devolved into doing a lot of rewinds and save states and all that, because eventually the bullshit the fishes pull really gets on your nerves, and just like I didn't want to take it. But in the first lake I shouldn't get such impulses because it's a tutorial lake more or less. Oh man, the big fish, yeah, as I said, I really want to get to the big fish at some point on some stream. Kind of average for us. Well, I mean, it's alright. Part of me kind of wants to just have this as a secondary stream game for a bit, where I do not depend so much on Hippocat, because I actually, when I said to you that I would stream this right now, I didn't expect you to actually want to join in Discord like usual. I just thought you would be content hanging in the chat and not saying anything in there. But so if I want to
it doesn't matter where I don't say anything.
Yeah, I guess that's true. I guess that's true. Yeah, but I might just decide to stream this on like a weekday at some point for an hour, and even if Hippocat doesn't respond or is busy with something else, I will just do it anyways. Because it's kind of like one of those lazy things that I just do when I don't have anything better. And I mean, I was like watching a very long video from a guy who does Into the Rabbit Hole videos, which are a really cool series of videos that I've been watching recently on YouTube. He had a live stream of reading that document from Channel Awesome that recently came out, and it was kind of like a relaxing thing. Just his voice.
What document?
There was just like some of the content creators put together a document full of like bitching about how horrible the everything was about, like the management and the higher-ups and all that stuff. And he's just kind of reading and half marveling, half laughing at how stupid the bosses were in there. And his voice is very distracting.
Did you say Channel Awesome?
Yeah, it's like the...
What bosses?
Nostalgia Critic.
There are bosses?
Well, I mean, yeah, it was like a company that had higher-ups that were like dictate rules and try to regulate everything and stuff. Like Doug.
You mean the same channel that does Nostalgia Critic?
Yes, Doug Walker, aka Nostalgia Critic, wasn't like the main decider guy. He made decisions,
Holy
but
shit.
He wasn't. There was his brother and some Michael guy or something. I forgot the names already, but there was at least 2 more people who made more executive decisions. And it's like, you know, it's a pretty normal thing for... It's like one of them networks on YouTube where you will get guidelines, but there was their own website. And they got paid and there was funding. Actually, more often than not, it sounds like there wasn't funding. But I invite you to browse the document or find something on YouTube about it, because it's kind of interesting to see what kind of shit people actually put up with just because it was the early days of the internet and they were excited to be a part of a team or something. I'm still like the best thing from those times. I mean, AVGN, I always liked AVGN, and he still does things, so he doesn't qualify. But of course, the best thing, and last time it was Hypocat who reminded me, but I rewatch it like once every year or two, is Spoonie's Ultima retrospective. That's always like so great to rewatch. I don't know what about it. I lost my fondness of the Daikatana Let's Play by Proteus and Suspicious. Even though I used, like, that was my most rewatched video series back in the day. I rewatched it like 3 times before. But on last time I just decided to play the game myself. I didn't finish watching it last time. Even though it's still kind of fun. But the Ultimate thing is just like, even though I've never played a single Ultimate game, it's just something about it is really nostalgic. Oh, there's a boss in there. I'm gonna try to
Well,
catch
it's
that.
always cool to watch a video made by a guy who's really passionate about the subject.
Yeah, and it doesn't hurt that it's a type of game that I, despite never playing, was always really curious about, like old school RPGs. Just part of it is the early days of game making, where like one person could just tell a episodic story by doing a series of games like that. Like Might Magic also started out slightly like that with John Van Cunningham, and a bunch of games like that. And it's always really cool to see like both the videos made by a guy who was passionate, and the game itself made by someone who were passionate about that kind of thing. And just, you know, imagining, I guess I was never part of any group like that, but just people, which I guess you would call nerds at this point. You know what, I'm gonna leave this area, this gives me nothing. Which is weird, because I remember this place being way more fruitful in early AM and late PM. Okay, let's try more open water stuff. So just, you know, just fantasy adventures which, without super deep stories or characters, just like the king gives you a great hero, a quest to save the kingdom, blah blah blah, and magical artifacts and dungeons and stuff. And just, I guess the excitement there comes because it's not like a story that's important, it's the role-playing aspect of it and the fact that you're participating, and that kind of stuff would be fun to participate even if it didn't have like qualities of a actual book. And okay, that somehow still noticed me. That fish. Come on, please be a boss and please follow me. Senpai, come on, senpai. There we go. And so, like, there's something special about people who are really into something and are quite easily, like, excitable by... Because I feel like in the early days of computer RPGs, just the fact that it was a computer RPG with the passable gameplay and story was enough to get people really into it. Like, holy shit, there's a new RPG, there's a big world to explore, let's go. Even though they had really weird shit in them which you had to look up solutions for and stuff like that. And like, part of me always misses the days when I saw gaming like that. Part of it, I guess, maybe is because I was a child in the roughly early days of gaming like that. And part is just because I imagine how fun it must have been for people to make something in those days. And even indie games nowadays don't really get the same. Even if you make it all on your own and you get like a cult following. Has there been indie games where apart from FNAF doesn't count, but more story heavy, like FNAF tries to pretend it's Dark Souls with the story, but so, like a series of games where people just follow new entries to find out what happens to the world next, what kind of like stories would be told in the world, something like that, because like RPGs used to be like that back in the day.
I can't really think of anything.
Yeah, and that's kind of sad. I've always wanted to see like a series where people would treat it like a TV series or something, where like every new game would further the story a little bit, like the same games that we have been talking about they used to. Even though it would be different characters sometimes, like Might Magic wasn't ever tied to the specific character like the Avatar in Ultima, but I think they also were different planets in each game, or most of the games, but maybe not actually, I'm not sure. Early game or early Might Magic I don't really know much about. But it's just, there's this big world that all the games are set in, and you get to find out more about the world at least. So there's always some reason, some continuity for people to look for in those games. I guess nowadays, if you're making a game, a big game with a big team, there will be always a concern from the marketing side about, you know, new people and the game not being very inviting for new people because it depends on so much already established storylines from past entries.
Yeah, when EA cared about new people getting into Ultima 9, we got like, what's an
a paladin?
avatar?
I think I was more correct there. What's a paladin? I don't think there was a what's an avatar. I don't know, maybe there was, I don't remember. But, you know, I feel like I always had an explanation for that in my head after watching Spoonie's videos. Like, either it was a different person being the avatar, or somehow.
No, it couldn't have happened.
I don't know.
There's only one avatar.
Huh. I don't know, for some reason I was convinced that there was like an explanation that could work, that people were just ignoring. But I think it was like I saw someone say, hey, there's one of the popular suggestions people make and here's why it's wrong. And I think someone somewhere addressed the, like, it's a different person theory.
Well, it couldn't have been a different person, because if you remember Ultima 3, where you go to all the shrines and meditate and do all this shit to become the avatar. This is you, like the one avatar who did all this stuff. Some random person from fuck out of nowhere couldn't be an avatar.
But what if that like just only established the position or something, and then later other people could just kind of hop in on the action because, you know, just like the idea of the avatar was established with that and the qualities of an avatar, but it could be like succeeded or something. Huh. Well,
Well, didn't they tell you, like, when you go to that museum, didn't they tell you, like, you did all this shit?
Maybe.
You, like, got the Codex of Wisdom and all that stuff.
At the very least, it was all his face on the paintings, or the tapestry, or whatever it was in there. But maybe it was, like, retroactively, because it's kind of actually fun to imagine, because the avatar... I'm not sure, because I've never played an Ultimate game, as I said, but... Isn't he like a normal person?
Yeah.
And the whole thing where he outlasts like ages because like time goes differently in the world of whatever versus yeah versus the world of real life. So it would be kind of interesting for like to have a regular person, this big religious figure in some fantasy world. Not even necessarily a real person from like another world, but maybe like someone, just a cult of personality or something. And so like the first one would need to establish the status of like, hey, this is the Jesus. And then later people could be like the reincarnation of the Jesus. And all the achievements and all the praise would just carry over to them. Kind of like, I guess, kings kind of had this kind of thing going. I'm not sure if that really applies the comparison. Man, there is no fish. I guess they haven't moved to deep waters yet. But I don't think, yeah, I don't think it was ever suggested that there was anything like that, because on the surface, at the very least, they definitely tried. Wow, and immediately Fish Finder says something. Vessel move to deeper waters soon. Well, I don't know, it's not soon yet. So on the surface, it would seem that indeed they always try to suggest it was the same person, but I feel like some concessions could be made. Man, this is the same area I keep getting into. Some concessions could be possibly made to have Ultima 9 make some sort of sense, but I don't know. Yeah, let's see what the fuck this is. This is like a big hole under, or maybe it's just a shadow. I'm not sure. Oh shit. Oh crap, I've never actually... I don't remember if I've ever seen this happen. Suddenly it's raining. The weather has changed and the music died. Wow. I don't think I've ever seen this happen. I wonder what this means for the fish. Because during rain... Wow, holy shit, there's particles on this. Also, the gray... for some reason the gray sky I like more. For like the scenic value of it. I don't know, maybe I'm more used to overcast environments because of our Russian weather. But so yeah, I wonder what this means, because I'm gonna have to read... Wow, I've never seen actual rain graphically represented. Holy shit. But... you can see different, like... It's darker now in here. You can see the fish better for some reason. Because A, it could be colder now, and the fish won't really have to hide from the sun in deep waters, and B, this probably won't be an aspect in the game, but I wonder if the rain, like, realistically, it would affect the sound, like the fish would be less wary about weird sounds you're making, because they wouldn't be able to discern it from the rain, I'd imagine. But I don't know how much sound actually figures into this, like, pressing B right before it hits the water to touch the line or whatever, finger the line, no, that was some term for it. Thumb the line, there we go. Let it go! So I did. So maybe that is now pointless and just it's always optimal. Also, what is the wind? I guess it doesn't tell you the wind. Wait, hot tip. Light rain is great bass fishing weather. Well, I'll trust you on that game. I'm gonna go to the dock again because I'm just circling this lake right now. There we go. I wonder, it's probably not gonna hide from the rain under the dock now, that's silly. But let's see if the lunker is back. Kinda want to catch more. Because, you know, I only had one that was like really big. And optimally, I'm, without safe states, I'm kind of too afraid to go to the weigh-in unless all 5 of my top fish are the really big variety. Okay, I'm not gonna go for that one yet, because I want to scroll through and see if the lunker is back. It was somewhere here, right? I guess he might have left. I really want to see the inners of this game. Like, no one will care enough about this game to actually decompile it or make any sense of the code. But I really want to see... Like, there was a lunker in this general area. And he left because he got off my hook. And I wonder if he was like one of like preset fish maybe, and now that fish has a flag. He left or is moved elsewhere nearby or something. And like, that guy won't be there, but there's random smaller fish is still here. It doesn't seem to be actually caring about my lure at the moment. Huh. Oh, no, he's going. It looks small, but I'll take it. Oh no, there's the Zelda one heart sound. Sometimes I just don't react fast enough, and it's kind of scary to have that line go all the way almost to the right and start really quickly beeping. This is like flashback levels of tense. For some reason oh yeah, flashback also should be included in my favorite games on the SNES, by the way. But the most tense games I've ever played on the SNES back in my childhood, Doom of course, this without doubt, but flashback was always really scary. Yoshi's Island in some parts, because I always went for 100%. And sometimes you just get hit by something and not just like your run of a level will be ruined completely. Not to mention stuff like the 5 world bonus level. And the like reeling in the fish in this game. Some of the most tense and like scary parts of the games. Also, just a little notice, you can see like the ripples on the water, and I am at the edge of the current available space, and they seem to go all the way like to the end of the screen. But in one of the previous areas, they just stopped at the edge of my available play area, which is kind of weird. I guess in some places they just kind of forgot to map out the entire water surface or something. Well, thanks to the gradient, it still doesn't look really wrong, so that's fine. Okay, this is shallow, but pretty empty. May have a log or something near the bottom. Let's scout around. Hopefully I won't miss anything. I guess normally you would just A plus B like this on the right and on the left and quickly see if there's anything worth trying to catch. This seems like perfect emptiness, but sometimes there's fish even in the perfect emptiness. And the wind hasn't actually changed, and now that I'm noticing, the rain is falling in the wrong direction, considering the wind, but oh well. They could have mirrored the rain effect, I guess. Probably one of those things you just don't think about. Okay, there's logs, and there's a big thing. That big thing looked like it's... Wow, I'm just, like, not English good. But that big thing looks like it might not be a bass. It could be a rainbow thing. A pink fish called rainbow trout. But we'll see. Also, can you check Hippocat if my stream is still going? Because on YouTube it says An error occurred, please try again later, but the OBS doesn't say anything about drop frames or anything like that, so...
Give me a moment here.
Oh, come on, boss.
Yeah, it's working.
Alright, I guess it's just a playback thing. Okay, lunker almost... I mean, I almost got the lunker, but then I was threatened by the small fish in the vicinity, so I decided to quickly reel it in and cast again. I cast crankbait. I wonder if there's like some type of online role-playing D&D style games going on that just random people can join. Oh, there we go. It's one of those things that I always thought it would be fun to try, but I never had an opportunity. Oh wow, that fish got really easily. I won't be heavy. Your bus is pretty big for this lake. Okay, cool. Yeah, I kind of, part of me wants all 5 my fish be in the 8s. Technically I do have until, I mean it's not that long. I don't remember what time you start at, but it's already 11, nearly 30, so soon it's gonna be 4:30 and that's that. But we'll see how much I can catch in the meantime. Just in the random places. And the further lakes have more areas for fish. More unique areas to them and more fish in general, so... For example, the second lake will be already a little bit better. Third lake is like the crazy... Holy shit, immediately can know a spot to go and get the biggest fucking fish possible. But then you spend 20 minutes trying to lure in that fish, not lure, reel in that fish. From somewhere, I guess it must have been the box of the game. I had the password to the third lake. It's kind of like Flintstones, where they just put passwords on the back of the box for some reason. Like a screenshot with a password even. And you could try out some of the later levels of the game that way. I don't know, like Flintstones had a password for the last level, I believe. I don't remember if I had a password for Volcano, which is the second to last. But I believe I would not have been able to get to the last level at any point as a kid, because Volcano is damn difficult. And even freaking Jungle is difficult. I kinda wanna play Flintstones again. I've been listening to Flintstones soundtrack recently, just randomly amongst different soundtracks that I listen to. Okay, big thing. Oh, it's a shit thing. It's actually not even that big.
Antroid, you know what?
What?
Apparently, source code for System Shock has been published.
The first one?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, who cares? I think it's available on Steam to play, and there's gonna be a remaster if the Night Dive team actually pulls this shit together.
Well, I wouldn't mind having something like that for first System Shock.
Ah, yeah. Well, I mean, I wonder if there is someone who cares enough and thinks it would be worth it. Okay, please be a boss. I'm gonna... Yes. Fuck! Fucking again. Small piece of shit. I'm gonna... You know what? After I catch this one, I'm gonna return for the bigger one. Ah, shit. It got me stuck on the... Ah, fish! I need you to go upwards right now. To be unstuck. There we go. I'm not gonna lie, if that game had like... it always seemed like it would be really wonky to control, like in early RPG style, where you have to like press arrows to rotate your camera or something like that. But if it was Zidum style slick, I would play it. Kinda wanna play the second one at some point again, because I've never actually got very far in that. I think it's always the stress of like Diablo 2 style. What if I make the wrong decisions early on? I'm gonna be fucked in the late game and it's gonna be impossible. Because I've leveled so many shit barbarians in Diablo 2 and then got to freaking Diablo and couldn't beat him whatsoever. Not even remotely. Yeah, where did the big thing even come from last time? Might not be here, but Yeah, I guess it might not be here. Let me try the whole distance, just in case. Actually, let's just do this. Okay, I don't think there's any fish in here anymore. I guess, yeah, must be that at least in the same area, the same exact area, same immediate area, they kinda all disappear when you catch one. 141. There's all that stuff, but let's just go to the spillway again. I think we've already been here once. Fish spillway, water level rise, and plastic worms. Oh, plastic worms are more effective at midday. What kind of nonsense is that? Yep. Also, doesn't explain why. I wonder why. Plastic worms are more effective at midday. That sounds just like really arbitrary. Immediate fish, I landed right on top of that fish. And it's already interested. Or, I guess maybe not. Usually, I think there's usually fish around the logs here. Somewhere. Might be a slightly different layout. Okay, let's give it another try. Maybe at least I'll catch the small shit. I keep thumping the line there. You can see that big thing. Or I mean, hear it, I guess. That's me pressing B. Or timed hit style thing just before it collides the surface of the water. Yeah, I guess they ain't no fish, and that one is too far for me to be able to actually get its interest in time before I get too low down. Okay, let's see. Roughly in the left middle, what's in here? It's kind of weird how, like, the first lake is usually way easier than this. You get a bunch of fish. Maybe just the conditions, because I don't actually often remember getting clear weather when I play this game. It's always overcast. Maybe in overcast weather fish actually bite more or something weird like that. And it makes sense if they hide from the heat. In the midday, maybe they are more active when it's colder. Ah, come on. Well, at least it's a small fish, so I'm not too hurt about losing it. Move to deep. Midday batsman. I guess it is midday by now. I don't know if they will move to deep water under the rain, but let's rely on the fish finder. Part of me kinda thinks that the fish finder is for the open water style location. Man, I can't even hear the fish finder sometimes. I guess I'm just gonna have to look at it directly and see when there's a fish. Because yeah, part of me thinks that in the like preset unique locations the fish is gonna be there if you haven't spooked it off recently. But in the open water it's randomized and you only get a fish when you get it on the fish finder. But that's pure speculation, that's not based on any evidence. Yeah, I heard the fish finder. So let's just, before it's too late. I don't know where the fish should be on the fish finder for it to be optimally, like, should it be in the middle? Because logically, when it's near the left side where it's drawing, that's when you get it, so that's when your boat is above it. Logically that would be the place with the fish, right? But I don't know. Maybe it like scans slightly forward or something and you have to actually go until it's in the middle of the screen or something weird like that. Because I'm not seeing any big fish. It might be the different side though. Or it's one of those cases where it's right near my boat and I can't really have a chance of catching it at all. Let's see. Whoop. This should be a different environment, right? At least have some like unique large rock in here, please. No. Well, maybe there was a fish on the left side, but you know what? I'm gonna move forward until... Unless it's reset. Oh no, it's not reset. Okay. So I'm gonna move. It's kind of weird, but let's see if I line it up this way. Kinda doubt it's how it works, but you know... I guess actually you know that you never know with this kind of game. A modern game can probably afford to keep track of every single fish in the lake. And it will be like completely like full of AI and completely fair in every way. And you could apply your real world sensibilities to looking for the fish. But in a SNES game, you kinda more than anything you have to guess how the game works. You know what? Open water just isn't working for some reason. I swear I've caught fish in open water areas before, but maybe I'm just gonna completely ignore what Fish Finder says and just go for stuff that looks a bit more unique. Like this looks like a deep trench, so I wonder if there's gonna be a trench. I feel like I remember them on this like screen in here. I mean, this is pretty deep because judging by the depth number, I'm at 40 feet right now. So this rocky bottom must actually be way deeper than it looks. Still no fucking fish. Maybe I just gotta keep alternating between the unique places. Because who knows if the rain is influencing the fish patterns. Also, I don't know what these four things are. Let me actually roll over them. I guess it looks like underwater weed things, or... What's the... like, there's some other word for... I guess not seaweed, lakeweed, but... just those plants that just grow underwater. There's a specific word for them that I don't remember. I think one of the like new Minecraft blocks has that name, but I don't remember it. Oh, there's a big fish. Okay. There's a huge fish. I hope it's a bass. I hope to some higher power that it's a bass. Come on. Nope. Oh,
Hello,
money.
Money Spider.
Yeah, hello. First comment after an hour. Kelp, no. Actually, it could be kelp. I feel like it was a different... Ah, it's a shit-fat fish. Well, that's a disappointment. But there are bass right near my boat. There might be a chance of catching any of them. Yeah, I guess it could be kelp. I mean, I'm not gonna rewatch that Minecraft video where I saw like discussions of the new blocks, just to get the idea. I could look it up on the wiki Minecraft snapshot, like version differences and all that. Okay, are you gonna be interested in my fishy fish? Surely this is the time for red. I guess it's too close now, there's no chance. Right, but at least we know that there can be slightly unique areas with fish. Have I ever tried this corner? I don't think I've ever fished in here. Let's try. I'm gonna give the game benefit of the doubt and say that it, even though this like background is the same, it could be different areas. Or just different, like Metroid style, same room with different enemies in it. Okay, yeah, I guess it was kelp then, Money Spider. Must have been kelp. Oh, there's a little trench. You could see a little trench in the... Huh, interesting. Apparently it's not in the actual trench spot in the map, but in some weird rocky area to the side. But yeah, I kind of wish Minecraft had just... I actually kind of forgot. Oh, there's a large fat asshole there. I'm gonna hope that it ignores me. I kind of forgot, like, there was two water-related enchantments, right, Hippocat? Like the breathing and like the seeing and moving fast. Or something.
I'm sorry, was that a question or something?
Yeah, there was 2 water-related enchantments in Minecraft, right? Like to help with deep water exploration.
Yeah,
I think it was water, like
probably.
affinity and water breathing. Maybe like movement underwater separately as well. But I just kind of wish there was a way to get, not maybe not permanent, but just very long times, very long breathing times, a lot of oxygen, so that you could
I
go.
think you can do something like that in the latest snapshot, like
From
something to do with turtles.
yeah, from what I remember hearing in the video somewhere, you can like do some weird shit with the bits of shells and make like a helmet. But it made it sound like that helmet was kind of crap in terms of enchantments, and the type of stuff we enchanted would have been stronger anyways. Hmm. Oh well. You know what though? It could be interesting to return to Minecraft for a bit when the snapshot comes out as a proper version. But this time I could stream it as well. Just we'll have to make sure to do interesting things instead of just, you know, swimming in the ocean. Though we did have like, I mean, Minecraft, it's impossible to not have misadventures, even when just exploring any sort of cave. Still one of like, to this day, in my opinion, one of the most exhilarating things in gaming in general that I've ever had is just a large ass Minecraft cave with tons of side paths and cool resources and just finding a diamond somewhere around lava and stuff like that. Just lighting it all up and suddenly coming across some other unique area. Just holy shit, so fun. I guess it's just because I've never played so much that I got sick of it. But I've always felt that Minecraft was enough without any mods. I think at some point people wanted to try like tech it or something and it didn't work. Why didn't we do it? Do you remember? There was a reason why we
Why
didn't do it.
didn't we do what?
There was like some mod with a lot like factory stuff and shit, and we didn't actually use it for some reason. We just went with vanilla.
Because you refused to use it?
I feel
Despite me suggesting multiple times?
because I definitely had the downloader and stuff, but I don't know if I would have had a downloader if we weren't intending to actually use it. I feel like something just didn't work or something like that, no?
I think everything just worked.
Huh.
I had the server ready, and then you were like, no, fuck this shit. I think you said that when you learned that there were like redundant ores.
Ah, yeah. I could see that. Yeah, also that was a silhouette, I think, for one of the fat fishes again, so fuck this place. I think it was not ores so much as like oil or something. There was like 2 types of oil that you said to me from separate mods in the mod pack. Yeah, that doesn't sound like anything I wanna concern myself with, to be honest. But my part of Minecraft was always exploration more than building, so like most of those mods focus on building and doing crazy factory shit and automating everything, and I was never too big into that. Even though like level design is building, and even back in the day I had Lego Creator, where I guess it was still more of a level design tool for me than building, because I always tried to make something playable in there. But there's like games where you just are given a set of tools to experiment with. There was that one game where you could draw like 2D shapes and then add things like motors or thrusters or stuff and just make crazy physics based contraptions. Like Fun, Phun I think it was called. And my friend was really into it. And I tried multiple times and I was never like in any way motivated to try to come up with something interesting. And same with, like, it never got anywhere with Lego. I always just wanted to build something cool, but not experiment, which is like what I could build. I was trying to work towards building a giant ass robot, and I ended up building like 2 forearms and just kind of stopped at that point. And so like building in Minecraft is, I mean, not building a pretty building or just like carving out a dungeon style environment. That's fun, but the factory style stuff that mods bring is just something about it's completely not for me. It's just like I absolutely have no imagination or just like motivation to play that style of game for some reason. It's like Kerbal Space Program and a bunch of games which like have you experimenting and building your own stuff.
Victoria.
Sounds like it could be right up my alley, but it for some reason just never grabs my attention. I think Kerbal doesn't, just because like I don't like how fast it looks visually, honestly, and the Psychonaut style character design, but like those surely are not important for a game like that, but still. Also from videos I watched, it looked like you could like just, like put things inside each other and clip, and it was actually quite as well modeled as you'd expect from like a simulator type game. Now I'm just trying to remember any game with modeling or building parts of the gameplay which I might have enjoyed. I don't even know. If I kept like mentioning like Factorio or something. Did you mention Factorio or was it someone else?
Yeah, I just mentioned Victoria actually.
Oh, I didn't hear that. I heard you said something, but I thought it was something unimportant because I didn't hear it.
Well,
yeah.
at least I have the decency to ask you what you were saying when I don't listen to you.
Well, not really. Sometimes I get your attention multiple times. I assumed you said like yeah. I don't know. Sorry, but yeah, Factorio and is Factorio. Actually, I don't even remember which one is Factorio. Is it the top-down one with like insects coming your way eventually?
Yes.
Yeah, because there was that one game that I remember you sending me videos or something about, which like 3D Minecraft style.
Infinifactory.
Probably yes.
Infinifactory is like purely a puzzle game.
Yeah.
You just have the task at hand and you build to complete it. And in Factorio you actually have to defend from monsters and that kind of shit.
Yeah, when I've seen some videos of Factorio and I didn't like there was too much abstraction in there for me, because like you got like science units as a currency, and I think at least I'm just completely from memory of once seeing gameplay of it, and just like everything was partly really abstract in a way that didn't make it in, because you're meant to be like this stranded robot thing or character or something, with like your own ingenuity and stuff, but somehow you're able to build these giant buildings immediately, and using abstract resources, and it's like the mechanisms looked really, I mean, it's game oriented more than like putting you in the shoes of the character in the situation oriented, and I can understand that, but I'm more into the other side of it, so I never felt like trying. There was that other game that didn't really go anywhere, made on the engine of Crimson Land, called like Notrium or something. And I feel like I've only played demos, like there's only have been ever demos of that game. But that was pretty cool, because they were just straight up like you're stranded on an alien planet with nothing, and you go around picking weird shit up, like parts of wrecks and sticks and plants, and you have to keep recharging your batteries and eating food and avoiding deadly creatures. Oh, what are you? And finding shelter and fire for the night because it's cold and you die from cold. That's rainbow trout, fuck that. So that was always cool, but the demos that I got to play were always limited to like 4 areas, four small areas, and one of them would have like this uber fortified base with just like things that kill you immediately. I've always wanted a game about like being sent on an alien planet and surviving by trying to figure out weird alien shit, and just not even necessarily like alien ancient race artifacts and stuff like that, but just like plants and geology is completely alien to you, and maybe some fantasy stuff, like maybe like a concession for gameplay, simply like a glowing crystal that you can mine and use as a source of light or something like that, at the very least. Yeah, I don't even know what to do. I guess the rain stopped, it's now just overcast. But if anything, if nothing else, I'm gonna be pressed for time, so soon I will have to. One person may be hiding in the weeds. The very least soon I will be forced into way in. Man, it's the same freaking area again. Fuck it.
No, for some reason I'm really craving for a cup of milk. So excuse me for a couple of minutes.
Alright. I actually have a carton of milk right next to me, but it's not really convenient to drink that during streaming, because I will have to put my microphone away and do all sorts of stuff like that. Actually, it's what all sorts of stuff. There's only one action, putting your microphone away, but still. Yeah. Where is all the goddamn fish? Part of me feels like going to the way in, losing badly, and just, you know, next time starting on the second lake after having bitten the first lake off camera somehow. Because the weather here, I have no idea where the fish are at this point. It does say use the fish finder to find them in deep areas, but we've established that the fish finder is a piece of shit that I don't know how it works. I guess this is a deep area. Come. Come. Second lake should have more different interesting things on just like open water areas, because the second lake is meant to be instead of the volcanic rocky place like this, the second lake is actually a man-made lake made by flooding a valley where there was a forest and even a small town or something, so there's like remains of houses and trees underwater you can occasionally just stumble upon, and it's pretty cool. Probably not gonna go, even if I win this, which is unlikely. If I win this tournament today, I don't think I will go too far into the second lake. I might like just cast a few times in some of the environments to show what they look like, but that will be the extent of it. I don't really want to have Zelda style 4-hour streams of this. Okay, browsing for fish. I guess fish aren't gonna be, without the fish finder, I'm not gonna find any fish in the most generic emptiness areas. Also, the wind has finally changed. Slightly to my disadvantage, but oh well. Okay, immediately gonna stop here. Just cast in the middle. Wow, this purple lure has, for some ungodly reason, cerulean pixels on the edge, and it looks really weird. It looks like it's an artifact of Doom Sprite making, because, you know, cerulean is the transparent color in there. Oh shit, I got attention of something big. Please be a boss. Please don't be rainbow bullshit. I won't even know until it catches me. Come on, get to the surface. Ah yes, it's a boss, come on, come on. Hello, Errolwar. Hello, yes, hello. Ah! Fucking lunkers, always doing this shit. I'm gonna lose it again. No, no, I'm not.
Hey, Errolwar.
Check me out, I finally got the big fish. But I feel like I'm gonna lose it anyway because I suck at this for some reason. Ah! Okay.
It doesn't really look much bigger than what you've caught before.
True, but it was at least something that was dwelling on the bottom and making dust clouds, I guess would be an appropriate name for it. So it should be just maybe heavier than 5, I hope. Maybe in the 7 area. Yeah, pretty big for this lake. Not pretty big for my bag, but you know what? Part of me feels kind of comfortable with my setup. I think I might stand a chance to have like 3rd place. But I'm gonna keep fishing and looking for large bass until I run out of time, which is gonna be pretty soon because it's already like half an hour past 1 PM. How wild these bushes again. Actually no, I'm gonna keep swimming until fish finder says something, because that time it was true. I stopped immediately when it blinked. Blinked? Whatever, that's now a word. And I got a fish. Well, it says there's something in the docks. Why not check the docks again? Maybe that guy returned. It's kind of weird how different the dock is, because I guess it's... I'm more used to the dock from the second lake, as I said. Because that one is like an L-shaped thing, this one is just crumbled. Maybe in this lake you can fish near the actual dock where you... Actually no, I don't think you can do that in any lake. Fish under the actual dock where you dock. In the end. Alright, is there gonna be a fish near the bottom of this, or did my fish finder just lie? Or does it not apply to unique areas? Might not apply to unique areas. Let me fish. I don't think I've ever cast on the other side of the dock environment, because there might be something unique on this side. Or it could be one of them open water style environments. Maybe the fish finder will have an effect in here. Yeah, this is pretty empty. But there still might be fish in here, who knows. I have definitely found fish on occasion in completely empty areas like this one. Funnily enough, it seems to be not very deep. It says 10 feet. It's kind of weird because this looks way deeper, maybe because it's dark. It looks way deeper than the Antroid area that had like 40 feet depth. Okay, I'm gonna get out of the dock and swim around until I have another blimp. I think there can only be one fish on the fish finding screen at a time, so no use waiting there's one already. Well, it's small fishes, but whatever. There's always a chance that there's gonna be something on the bottom. Something resting on the floor. I don't know if those even get caught on the fish finder, because in the picture it shows it like swimming actively. But the lunkers, they are usually just laying on the bottom. So maybe those wouldn't even be indicated by the fish finder. So maybe there is a case to be made for just fishing randomly in places. Okay, what are you? Oh, you're a bass. Yes. Another medium-sized bass would be good. And keep in mind, again, none of my bass is gonna be as heavy as my preliminary evaluation says. It's gonna be shit. But, who knows, maybe it'll be less shit than the others. Okay, that was the kind of shit that fish can do, just kinda get stuck. And sometimes it feels like it wants to go set like distance before it actually starts staring out and gives me the opportunity to reel it in. So if it gets stuck on something and stupidly tries to go like into it. Oh shit, it's an 8. Cool. But why the fuck does it say it's average for this? I will never understand, because this approx is the same weight than the other two. Almost. And the other two said, whoa, this is big for this lake. This one is apparently just average. Also, let me just check in the tournament rankings. How are we doing? Oh well, this is this one. Oh shit, well, Bill Hodge, Irv Hunter, Pat Wood, okay I will, Randy Oliver, Doug Holmes, Hank Sharp, Val North, Warren Parker, Dave Anders, and Mr. Antroid at the top. So that's the thing, like if I go away in any time before the last possible minute, those assholes are gonna catch more fish somehow, just raise their results above me. So I guess it could be slightly reliable if at like 4:30 I'm still in rank 1. That could at least indicate that I have a chance of winning. So I cannot give up. If I didn't like restrict myself from using save states in this, I would have gone away and seen the results and then seen if I need to fish more. But optimally, I guess you should keep fishing anyways, just to level up more and more. Okay, I'm gonna investigate this one rapidly using the A plus B technique. And then the other side. I don't know if going slightly left or right in here matters at all. I feel like it doesn't, but who fucking knows with this game. Left side, no fish. Okay, this is this part. So let me actually physically move. I guess this is more like rotating than moving. And that doesn't make any sense. If it was rotating, wouldn't there be no parallax effect at all? This is like I'm in a really long boat whilst I'm doing this. Also, yeah, Relvar, this is Mode 7, famous Super Nintendo thing. I guess if there was anything to use it for, it would be like completely flat water. Mostly textureless. Okay, no, nothing on the left side. The fish finder might just be lying, but I'm gonna exhaust the possibilities. Maybe the right side of the environment is gonna be different, because it seems like the middle was the same as the left in here. And I'm referring to my position on this screen. Because I found there's like, per type of location, there's only like 2 or 3 areas you land in when you cast your lure this way. And usually I just go to the extreme left or extreme right and try both of those. In some areas it seems like there might be more, but who knows. Because this all looks the same, but there might be like a more unique feature in one of these areas. Doesn't look like there will be, but... Okay, last attempt. Completely combing through. I'm gonna reel it in on the left side now. Wow, there is no fish in here, despite what the fish finder says. Technology fails us again and again. Well, at least it didn't say it was a big fish, so no big loss there. What does the tip say? Fish finder in deep areas, closer to the surface. You know what? In cloudy weather they do move closer to the surface. I might have some luck in the unique areas with shallow waters, like the spillway or the other place. So since I'm near one, let's go there and see after this area. Man, this is just the same environment. Yeah, I'm not even gonna keep trying that one. So whatever this one is, I forget. Let's do it here. Waterway, alright. It's just, you know, like this tiny little picture, and I remember I really liked in this game when I first played it, just getting passwords to all the lakes and just exploring to find all the pictures of different areas you can find in such a lake. Because, like, you know, there's something, I don't know, I really like simple depictions of nature. My cup of tea, and now I kind of want tea. But, yeah, that can wait. Bought some pizzas, but that's all gonna be for the weekend, I guess. Ah, this is a deep area, looks like a unique place. Could be cool, could be a fish. I'm afraid I could miss a silhouette if I'm scrolling that fast, but... Also, this is not a place I remember the waterway ever being, which is weird. I feel like I have memories of these unique areas that are completely different from what I'm finding them to be right now. Like the waterway didn't used to be like... Oh, there's a fish. Well, I mean, it's shit. Small fish, but... Whatever. Maybe it'll get interested. Or not. Yeah, let's try. I'm gonna start slightly accelerating from time to time. Just out of mercy. Let's see. Whoa, there's a big piece of shit up there, but there's no way I can cast that high. With this wind at the very least. And with that big shit up there, well, I mean, I'm gonna try, but I don't think there is a chance. I mean, there's pretty obvious there's no chance of another big thing elsewhere, because there's not more than one. Yeah, 61. Normally you can throw up to like 70 something feet, but yeah, this is one of those asshole fish placements where there's just no chance of getting it. Okay, I'm gonna try the middle. Just in case it's a different area. So, the right... Oh shit, well... Wrong buttons. The rightmost was the one with the deep areas. The leftmost was the one with the planks and logs and whatnot. Probably logs, not planks. So, this is the middle. And judging by the just the pattern on this, the 3D area. It could be, yeah, it's a repeat of the deep area. Maybe like the middle and the right are the same in some places. In some places the middle and the left is the same. Could be unique, I guess. Yeah, you know what, I don't feel like wasting time for a small fish when I'm almost out of time for this. I should hang out close to the end. Close to the finish, actually, when it's ending. Just because I lose like 1 pound of weight for every minute over time. Okay, let's say Cloudy. Well, I mean, let's try the weeds again every day. It's gonna be one of them snap your lure type of places, probably. There's small ones. At least that means there is fish in here. It's not completely empty void. There's a unique set piece. And there's logs. I feel like I've been here before, but there was not a lunker anywhere. And there won't be today, because it's already close to my boat. Oh, unless there is. Fucking small go... Ha! The small fish are the worst. Like, how do you even have the nerve to try to steal food from someone twice your size? There we go. It got upset by my burns. Or just trash talking in general. Let's try this random pebble looking thing that's actually probably a large bush or something. And then the spillway again. Oh, I am at the spillway, I guess, well, whatever, fine. Spillway it isn't. So yeah, this lake is the first small tutorial. Even the second lake is much bigger, with more types of areas. So that's gonna be cool, but probably not today. I might not even win this one. As I said, I think while Hippocate was taking his milk, or getting his milk rather, as I said, if I don't win this, I might just, you know, in the preparation for some hypothetical next stream of this, I might just play off camera and win and get to the second lake. So next time I can show the second lake, even though that's gonna be like completely honest, but probably better than keeping more and more streams of the tutorial lake where there's nothing interesting to see, just to see my complete journey to victory in the fishing tournaments. Man, part of me, I wonder if time actually passes during this. I'm not sure, because there's no time indicator, but I could probably check if I see what the time is right before I cast my line next time. Because it would be kind of heartbreaking. You got a little bass, yes. It would be kind of heartbreaking to cast a line and as you're battling a fish find out that you are super late and you lose all your weight. Okay, so 2:33. Actually, it almost doesn't seem like the time is passing in the same speed in here as on the boat screen. Because on the boat screen I feel like those minutes are passing like seconds. Someone's coming for me, but I'm waiting for a big one. I'm saving myself! Go away. I'm gonna find another fucking 3. Oh, it's gonna be a shit one. Bluegill or something. Yeah, screw that guy. Why is that one called bluegill? Because he looks more rainbow colored. But the pink one is called the rainbow trout. Illogical. Yeah, you can see how fast the seconds are ticking in here. Definitely faster than on this screen at the very least. If time is even passing at all, let's see.
You should totally catch a large trout, so you can slap around people with it.
Unfortunately, oh no, time is passing. Unfortunately, the rules are such that if I catch something that is not a bass, I immediately have to let it go. I cannot keep it even in my thingamajig, that like my water thing for keeping fish alive. Man, where is the fun if you cannot... I don't even like fish, but I would totally like, if I went fishing, I would totally eat a prepared fish that I caught myself. Where's the fun in fishing if you just let it go afterwards with holes in its mouth and traumatized memories of... There's even like a part of the flavor text in the manual describing the lunkers, aka the large bass. Says that they most likely have been caught and got away before, or caught and released before, so they will be wary. So there's like this old experienced veteran already caught several times fish swimming around that just won't be fooled by your movements if you are not super good at imitating something that they want to eat. Which I'm doing left to right completely erroneously apparently, but maybe the manual is actually wrong. Because I feel like I read... Oh, there's a big thing. I feel like on Game Facts I read an FAQ that this was the correct movement, like left to right with this one. Yes, okay. And no struggle. Oh, at the very least I'm not getting struggle with this shit fish. Average 5.9, throw it out. But it's working towards my levels. Hopefully incomplete levels get saved between tournaments, between lakes. Okay, we are nearly done. I guess, you know what, it's kind of interesting because I'm limited by this time. And I mean, time moves at different speeds in different screens, but by and large I feel like each lake, if I do a lake stream, they're all gonna be the same length vaguely, like what, maybe 2.25 hours or something, I predict. Because I'm not gonna do multiple lakes and I'm not gonna do retries or anything. Probably. Okay, please have a fish. Fish finder promised me a fish. Man, it's one of the nondescript empty areas, unfortunately, looks like. I'm not gonna bother looking at both left and right sides of each of these, like, zoom level 3 screens, because I feel like if there's no fish at all, there's not gonna be a lunker. Fucking go! Okay. Sometimes it's hard to throw as hard as you can. Oop. 64. How did I throw 64 with incomplete strength? When before trying to catch that one that was far away, I threw complete strength and got only like 61 or something. Every number is an approximation. Every data point is a lie. Okay, where have I been going from and to? I mean, let's try the tip of the thing again. It might have a different... I think it will have at least a... No? Weird. You know what, I'm gonna... not even waste time fishing, I'm gonna move slightly to hopefully maybe arrive at that point which has a little piece of land on the actual, like, floor graphic. Oh, and suddenly it's sunny. Okay, well, sure. This is not considered evening, is it? But it says on the fish facts that the bass are active in the morning and evening, but I guess we don't get the evening. So it's probably still kind of day right now. Let me get out of this and read the facts. Return to shallow in the evening. I guess it does say return to shallow in the evening, so maybe it is considered evening right now. Who the hell knows? Americans. I don't consider it evening until it's dark. But that's just me. So I guess it means that in the winter evenings are much earlier, but you know, it's what you use the word for.
I would say evening is like past 6 p.m.
Actually, that was like what I considered saying before. I thought, no, actually, like deep down, I just think when it's dark, it's the evening. But yeah, the 6 p.m. I guess it would be a fair measurement of the evening. But honestly, like deep in my subconscious, I associate 6 with darkness outside the window. it kind of makes sense. In the half a year, it's like around 4. Okay, you know what? This is difficult to navigate because of all the weird rocks on the bottom. Let's try different areas. There's fish. But yeah, I guess 4 wouldn't be considered midday under any circumstances. So in the last couple hours, I'm sorry for yawning so much, but it is literally like nearly midnight right now. And I mean, this game is kind of sleepy. Okay. I wonder if in the last hours of the tournament... Oh shit, I need to do that. I can snag some more fish in one of the popular unique spots like the waterway or the spillway. Where there's usually fish is when it's early. There's the nostalgic wee woo sound again. Okay, one pass through this. Aha, there's a big thing in there. Okay, I can cast like this as if it gives me any benefit, which it probably doesn't, but whatever. Thumb the line, I don't know what that actually entails, but that's how the manual says it. Now going to the very right and just wiggling around. Hopefully I will get yes. Before I even saw it on screen, it already knows I'm here. Hopefully I don't get stolen by the yes, okay, right. Small fishes. 3 Antroid something. How many times did I actually avoid small fish? I don't think I managed once. Wow, that was shit. Oh well. Disappointment, but again, like any RPG with grinding, it counts towards your levels in the future. Is it shallow? No, it's not shallow. Ignoring the fish finder. Actually, let's just go into one of these spots. I feel like they used to have fish in them. And I think I'm gonna start, like in the last hours, can't really afford to do a lot of stuff, I'm gonna start measuring the availability of fish by the middle part. Oh, big thing. Please, notice me. Notice me. Now please be a boss and please come for me. Come on. Ah, yes. Watch it be freaking 4 something pounds approx, but still, if it's resting on the bottom, usually means it's one, or like some of the larger fish that the lake even has. I feel like I've got some like record 11 LBs once in this lake, but maybe it's just a manufactured memory. How the fuck is 5.6 pretty big for this lake and 8.3 average? Like if which is what? Like one of those evaluations is just me holding it in my hand, and maybe it's like, I guess technically big is a matter of size and what matters for winning is weight. I don't know. And I guess ultimately
I don't think there is fat fish.
Dense
so
fish
bigger
and
is
lighter
heavier.
fish. Yeah, you would think that, but why am I then throwing away fish that is described as big? Or just why the fish described as big is lighter? That doesn't make it. Maybe there's like not enough food in its belly.
Well, maybe you just describe the fish as it really is. But all these numbers you come up with, they are just full of shit. You
Well,
just can't tell the fish weight.
They are full of shit, right? But you'd think that like you'd keep or throw away a fish based on something that you can actually assign words to instead of numbers you pull out of your ass completely. Then again, I don't know how heavy a pound is, and I was never able to actually measure like even in kilo. Oh, that's a fatty. I'm not even interested. I don't know how you measure like weight by kilograms, and I have no sense for that in my arms, but This guy apparently manages to approximate it down to decimals of pounds, which is... It sounds like it could be something slightly admirable. There we go. Another attempt at the docks. What time is it even? 3 something still? Yes, okay. I'm gonna try the dock again, because there was that one big asshole who left and never came back. And this seems to be one of those locations where they didn't bother mapping out the sides of the playing area. Okay, scrolling past the big guy wasn't there. What if I throw in the middle? Probably gonna be a repeat of whatever is on the right side, which is void nothingness. But who the hell knows? There might be a fish somewhere. Just out of nowhere randomly. Just give me a fish. No? Alright, no fishes. Okay, where should I go? There is not that many places in this lake. It's pretty small. I guess the second lake is going to be the largest, because the third one is divided into 3 parts, and I feel like those 3 parts aren't very large by themselves. But I don't really remember. I don't think I've seen all 3 parts by myself, because I have the password to one of them, but I think it's not the first one, actually. And I heard the fish finder thing, but whatever. I'm gonna trust it for once. Okay. Just browsing. I didn't see any silhouettes. It was all a lie. Let's browse on a different part of it. Please don't snag on. Actually, I don't care. I have plenty of replacement lures right now. When I was a kid, I always felt like, ah, shit. There was like specific color pixels that you would land on and then it would snag. But I think it's just randomness. Okay, you know what? Whatever. You're coming right onto me. I might as well accept. And it's wiggling about. Okay, didn't lose it. Kinda wonder if I keep leveling up properly by catching the fish. Catching fish for the whole duration of the tournament. Wow, that's one of the smallest in this playthrough. I wonder if there will be enough difference in my level and skill. In my stats here. Techniques, well, still low, but alright. If there can be enough difference for me to actually have less trouble with the large fish in the third lake and such. But I guess if I actually pass this one, we might get to the third lake eventually. And then we'll see, because I will not do the premature way in without save states. I'm gonna do the best I can in the time allotted. Okay, I don't see any silhouettes on this side. Well, can spit through that, and now I'm in a different place entirely. Alright, well, there's something big in here. Or I mean, slightly bigger than average. Again, like in the third lake, the fish get crazy huge monsters, like half the screen length. Oh, come on, follow me. And we will escape from the city. Let's go. Ah, immediately jumping. Yeah, those fish get crazy. I guess it's fair they didn't put something that insane in the first lake, but it's kind of bad. You get to the most exciting parts way late. Oh shit! Pretty big for this lake, and that's a pretty big increase in my total sum of approximate weight, so that's nice. And I got it in some completely random place which is categorized as open water. Cool. I'm just gonna go, and also without the aid of the fish finder, because fuck the fish finder. It's not reliable, and it doesn't seem to indicate the ones that actually sleep on the bottom, so whatever. I'm just gonna move between places that look a bit unique. and fit the general criteria of being shallow for this time of day. And see if I get any luck anywhere. I wonder if the distance matters, like the fish kind of flee the place where you have just caught something, but ah, there's the piece of land. But I wonder if they also flee or just lower the numbers in the adjacent areas. Okay, there's some small shit. Okay, please surface so I can move past this weird rock thing. I wonder why the first lake is like the crazy weird volcanic one. Maybe because like it's less suitable for bass. Because the third lake is what I would consider the most like generic lake because it's shallow. It's just the basic type of lake you would just find anywhere when there's a lake. And this is like, oh, volcanic crater stuff. And the second one is man-made valley where there was a town and trees and everything that was flooded using a dam. And the fourth lake is straight up like in the city or something like that, because I don't remember it much, but I think there's a... yes, Hazmatiabul, hello.
Oh, Hazmati.
There's like a highway on the north part of it, I think. And in some of the backgrounds you can see houses and such. So that's kind of weird. Okay, let me cast in the middle now. And you know what, I'm just eager. Whether it happens on stream or just by myself, I'm eager to get to the fourth lake again just to see if I can find at least one goddamn fish in there. Because that lake was the bane of my childhood existence with this game. There was just nothing there. It's like the ultimate Bowser's Castle last level. Okay, this is weird. That's a unique place, but there is no fish in here. Okay, 3:55. I'm not gonna stay in the far parts of the lake right now anymore. Well, I just hit the thing, so that's a good excuse to stop. I guess let's try the reeds again. Ah, there we go, time is turning red. Thanks for the warning. Every minute is another LB lost, I believe, but 30 minutes isn't that long if you don't spend it just kind of swimming in the boat around the lake. If you spend it on the fishing screen here, it's a bit more time. Yeah, let me cast into the place with more reeds in it. Just passing through, never mind me. Will I pull off another big fish in the remaining time, or will I not? I wonder. Let's just try some of the last ditch areas, like whatever this is. I forget what it's called formally. Open water, what? Well, I mean, if it's open water, doesn't mean it's not gonna have something slightly unique on the zoom levels. Thumb the line. Part of me kinda wants to look up fishing videos on YouTube because there's bound to be something like that somewhere. There's videos about everything. I remember close to the new year, I just found that there is live streams literally of just trains going through, well, the country. I think it was all from like Norway or something. But it was pretty... kind of like the same relaxing truck simulator Minecraft exploration style. Just watch something vaguely pleasant whilst sleeping into unconsciousness slowly. Okay, it's changing color. You know what? Let's go way in. Or Zero tank, no. last cast. Right next to the dock. I mean, we'd probably do a couple more in the 20 minutes, but oh, this is a uniquer. A slightly different reads environment. I don't think it's essential that I just use all the time. Okay, there's a decently sized fish there. I mean, it's not actually as big as some of the ones that I've seen in this lake, but again, the bottom laying kind of implies it will be slightly bigger than the regular small ass, just randomly swimming fish. Come on, last fish. Let it work. Please don't just drop my hook immediately. At least I haven't snagged a single line from just battling with the fish and over doing the pressure. Which with the larger fish it is a very real possibility. Like this, you just don't react quickly enough and don't let go immediately, or even if you just then decide to press exactly the time like this when it starts jumping. Luckily that time it didn't actually give me any attention, but still. How did I even lose that one lure? I guess I got stuck on some weeds or something. Alright, fish caught. Let's at least be in 8. I doubt it'll be in 8, but whatever. 7-1, average for this lake, and the smallest of what I got. Well, if 7s are... If I'm abandoning the 7s, I guess it's a sign. Also, it's starting to... like, the sun is setting, which is cool. They bothered doing separate palettes for the last half an hour or 30 seconds of this. Right, weigh in. So, prepare to weigh in. So, this is the tense part where your heart stops, because you find out that instead of first place, you're in, like, 10th. Ah, I forgot to actually check my rankings before, but it's pointless. It wouldn't have changed anything. Leaders, I guess it's the leaders so far before my weigh-in, so I could be still above any of these points. Mr. Antroid, let's see how I did. Looks... This, like, I always thought this was like a typo, because looks... Why is the apostrophe there? But maybe it's look is small. It doesn't really make any sense, but you know. What a beauty! Alright. 706, you know what? I don't remember what my smallest fish was. I feel like it was 704 or something, but whatever. That weight may help put you in the lead. Looks small, but what a beauty. Yeah, you know, there's smaller ones for this graphic. Oh shit, 806. I guess my numbers could have been actually a bit modest. This one will be hard to beat. I feel good about this. You can see this one is larger on the graphic, but still says looks small. But if it's gonna be larger than 8, I feel like you could already calculate. So like 7, 8. Yeah, I'm gonna have at least 39 LB, so I think I'm gonna come first place actually. I think this goes from like smallest to largest fish. Holy shit! I have secured myself first place. Yes, champion, but you've come exactly at the end. Because I think I've just secured myself first place in the first championship.
Hey, champion.
Yeah, and advancement to the second lake where I will do a save state. Or I guess I could just use the password from my own stream to continue. Okay, this is the moment. Hey, it could be a top record. 40, holy shit. You might win, yeah, considering the top one had 30-7. I might win. Well, how did you do? Mr. Antroid is 6 above everyone. This feels good. My efforts have paid off. Actually, I didn't really put that much effort and I kinda sucked on this lake, but I still won. Congratulations. Fission mailed.
Mr. Antroid, professional fisherman.
Yep. Password crazy. If anyone wants to play Super Black Bass and see the second lake, use this password because it's like the optimal. And let's have a peek at the second lake and You're on your way to becoming a pro bass angler. Your goal is to finish in the top 3 and advance to the pro circuit. Clear. And I think that's actually straight up the name of the lake. Let me see the lake page on the manual. The first one was like what? Skywater Lake. And this one is just called Clear Lake. Oi, the wind is down. That is disappointing. Clear Lake, a large man-made lake. The dam flooded a large area where there used to be houses and trees. There are several good bass fishing points. It has been rumored that lunker bass might be found in the deep middle part of the lake where the river once flowed. Yes. Okay, I'm gonna immediately save state here. And I'm just gonna do a little bit of a swim around. Just to show this lake because it's like freaking 6 times bigger. Those are trees hanging over the water. That's one of the nice points. This is a large as dam in here. Damn! A lot of lunkers and stuff. Those are the underwater trees that are left from, I guess not 6 times larger because it's not 2 times wider than the other one. Still. There's the trench where the river used to flow. Apparently there could be lunkers in here in the midday or something. I don't know. There's trees that are tall enough, or yeah, tall, not high, to actually like stick out the water. And I really don't remember. Timber! Oh hey, shipping. I don't remember how this looks in this, but let's see. Ah yeah, I guess you can see some. It's too bad they had to draw them on the floor though. They could really, I mean, if Doom could do it, surely this could. I mean, Doom didn't have floor textures though. But surely they could use some sprites to have vertical things, because this is suboptimal. Like games like Mario Kart or F-Zero, they had sprites on top of the textured surface, mode 7. But yeah, there's that area which you can get slightly stuck in here. There's this pebble looking thing near some of the outcroppings. I feel like some of these like weird shaped things used to be curious when you zoom in the other screens, in the other modes. I feel like there's something like... Some of these meant to be houses, like this thing I think maybe is like a house or something. Then there's this weird splotch of I don't know what. And this is actually not considered anything special, I don't know. But yeah, I think this is at least 3 times larger, maybe. There's the second one of those 3 areas, actually. Don't get it mixed up with the first one we saw. And in this one the dock is immediately like, the bottom one is the one where I'm docking, and this one is the dock where I actually can fish. So that's gonna be fun. And I feel like in this lake there's more stuff in the non-specified areas, because some of this is not considered like timber or stuff that's underwater. The houses, the trench, it's all considered open water. But it has more unique areas in it, so that's gonna be fun. Yeah, lunkers do like deep places, but you know, I don't remember if I ever found a particularly big fish in a really deep place. I find that I catch the most fish at the beginning and the end of the day, where they all congregate around shallow places. And I find that I get some of those bigger ones that are resting on the surface, even pretty shallow areas. Just I think in this game by definition lunkers are just the ones that are at the very bottom, like sleeping on the surface. Let me also, yeah, like this is meant, like the graphics on the sea here, the floor, are meant to be trees hanging over the water, but there's nothing like it. So I'm just gonna pretend that that's not what it is. Oh shit, I'm using the pencil fucking lure. I keep forgetting to select the other one. Yeah, there's that one. That asshole is not gonna be interested in this freaking pencil lure because it's swimming on the surface. Let me just for a tease, I'm gonna see if I can get that guy's attention and see if he has different graphics. And maybe purple. Okay, the wind south, well, is at least not strong. I can still throw pretty far. Hopefully it didn't get snagged in the trees. Alright, this I have a chance of catching the attention of the bottom one. Yeah, okay. Now I just have to avoid the slightly smaller one. That one should be a bigger... Ah, it's a rainbow trout. Fuck that. Fuck that. But yeah, okay. This like for next time. I don't know when. Maybe... Also, I just realized this guy has a seat. So like he is sitting in his boat. Like the lower part of his back is a seat. Huh. So I don't know how I can move this much sides to the sides. Because it's definitely not just spinning in place. Well, whatever. So yeah, I don't know when I stream this again. Probably sporadically. Like I might just do it on the weekday, even if Hippocate isn't here or is busy or something, or just doesn't feel like it. I will stream just by myself. Because it's mainly like Zeldas and stuff I'm showing Hippocate. This I'm less showing Hippocate and more just playing for myself to relax a little bit, and just using it as an excuse to like. I want to share because this game I really like this game, even though it's not really that great of a game objectively. And I guess I just kind of want to have a recorded record of me playing it on my channel, just out of the sense of... What's the word? I don't know. Just to, as a little tribute, as much as I can make for a game. But yeah, so... yeah, I'm in champion. Yeah, they do have controls to turn. Actually, I don't think in this game... Can I turn on a spot? I'm not sure you can turn on a spot. No. I can only turn in this game when I'm actually speeding forward. Can I turn when I'm going backward? Yeah, I can turn when I'm going backward. But my justification why this is not rotating is because there's parallax, and when you're actually, I mean, this might be a better justification. Let me see. Because right now I have several objects that are like closer to my face than the others, and when I'm spinning around I see them moving more than the stuff behind them. But still, like, the stuff on the horizon still should move about as much as stuff close to you, because it's just you spinning in a largely static thing which doesn't have any reason to move differently relative to your face. If nothing else, I feel like the parallax that I'm seeing when I'm spinning my head around is just because my eyes are not the axis of rotation. But in here you can clearly see that like the background moves slower than the foreground. And I mean, there is, if you press B, you have a top-down map of the area, and it's straight up just like a rectangle or square that you move along the bottom part of. Which is kind of weird, but you know what, fuck it. I have learned to accept it. I guess they might have simplified it in the sequels, where they might not have some of these screens. I don't remember, I barely played the sequels. I think they introduced like shopping elements and stuff, and I was just like, eh. I'm here for the pretty backgrounds and just the sounds of nature and just SNES goodness. But yeah, tomorrow Zelda like usual time, usual day. So this is not instead of that, that is just like something I wanted to do. But for now, thank you guys for actually coming here at the end. I will have to select a thumbnail that's from the very end of the stream to have at least some comments on it. So mine is Spider Lower, Hazmati and Champion. Thank you for tuning in, thank you Paket for sitting in Discord even though I didn't really expect it to, and well...
I really like it, because I'm not expected to pay attention.
Yeah.
So I don't pay attention and I don't feel bad about this.
Fair enough.
In Zelda I don't pay attention and then I feel a little bit bad.
Fair enough, well, prepare to pay attention tomorrow. But yeah, for today, for Super Black Bass, I guess this is goodbye. I will stream next lakes next time. Probably 4 sessions in total if I do a lake stream. I don't know, we'll see. Ooh, 3 to 1.